Hey everyone, this is our our square paper rocket, and we're going to make one of these. It's not as hard as it looks, and it only requires one piece of paper. Okay, so let's get started. Plain piece of paper, and what we do as normal, as we usually do, is we need a square piece out of this, and instead of measuring, we will fold the corner over, okay, hold it horizontally like this, and either corner, doesn't matter, take one of the corners and take it up this edge folds to go along this edge, okay, that's what you're doing. So this edge right here goes to the upper edge, right, until you get the corner into a point like that, and fold it, and then we are going to cut the bottom off, just like this. Okay, now we have our square piece. It's handy because one of the folds does actually go like this, so what we need to do is open it up and fold it again like this. Okay, so you have a fold going to both diagonals. Okay, so a fold going across this way and a fold going across this way. Now we need folds from side to side. Okay, but we need it to fold the other way. So what we have to do is flip our piece of paper over like this, right? So it makes a bit of a kind of like a tent, right? It makes a bit of a tent. So then we hold a square like this. And now we're to fold it in half. Right, one, the bottom edge to the top edge. Right. And next one. So I've done this. Open it, turn it, and then there's another one right here. Right, and it's a little tricky to fold because you do have the diagonal folds going the other way. Okay, so now it's like this. And then we actually pop up the middle. I put my hand underneath and I pop up the middle like this. Okay, so we have our tent again, but we have folds going the opposite way, and it'll nicely just fold in if you push these folds in like this and kind of squeeze it together. Right. So you're going like this, and then you can two ends together and two ends together like this, so it looks like a triangle basically. Now it might be easier to do this right here. So there is a fold that you can't quite see, and it goes along there. Okay, I'm going to do it on both sides. So I'm going to tip the paper a little bit just so it's almost like an edge, a ruler edge that I'm pushing it down on, so going like this. Perfect. Okay, so now we can see it. So this is, these folds are a little harder, a little trickier, so this one is going to come across. It's almost like you're making a paper airplane. Right, this one is going to come across and up against that middle edge, right? And you can do that on both this side too. So move it out of the way for a second. And this one goes right here as well. Okay, right there. And now we have it like this. It's a little off, but that's fine. And then we do it again, believe it or not. Okay, we do this. This edge is going to go to this one, so same thing as like you're folding a paper airplane. Right, this edge goes up to here, and it does get hard because it's very thick now. And this edge goes to here. And if you have troubles with the following along, then just by all means stop the tape and or stop the recording and go back. Now this part is a little tricky because there's really no set way to do it. So if you turn it back again here, and you have two little flaps, right? And what you want to do is this flap is going to fold over like this, kind of like that. So if you look at the one that's done, see how they fold over, right? Like this. Okay, you're going to try to do the same thing. You kind of want it to fold over, maybe like that. And it does take a little bit of playing around. I'm not even sure if this is exactly correct, but you know, it's probably pretty close to what it has to be. Okay, so let's do the other side. Maybe flip it over. And we do the same thing on this side. So we fold it over like this, like a paper airplane. Okay. And then we fold this one over like this. I'm a little off, it's not quite straight, not as straight as it should be. And we fold this one over. I have to turn it sideways to do this. Fold this one over here, like that. Okay. Right. And then we fold this one over. So you do the same thing on both sides. Right. And you can make as many of these as you like. So there we go. And we'll try to make this one same angle as one underneath. Alright, we fold it over like this. Okay, so that's how that works. See how this piece right here just folds across. And this piece right here just folds across like that. Okay, so now we can open it up. And it will stand up, and you can play around with it a little bit. You can see I'm a little off in my folds, but that's okay. It's a little crooked. Now, if you have a bendy straw, you are all set. You can start, because what you need to do now is you need to make a launch piece. And if you have a bendy straw, it's easy because you can just bend the straw and put your rocket on top. Just find the middle spot inside and put it in like this, and when you blow on it through here, the rocket will take off. Okay, but if you don't have a bendy straw, then you have to make a launch piece, and it's not that hard. So all you need to do is just kind of measure how much you want. It doesn't have to be to the top. It can be, you know, maybe that far. You have to check yourself to see how far you want it to go. Yeah, that's about, well, we can put it a little more. And then my suggestion is to bend the straw at that point, right? And what you're going to do is you're going to cut it like this. And you have two pieces. And now what you want to do is put this one on there, right? So that when the air blows, it will blow right through. So there's a couple of ways of doing this. One is to cut the bottom straw like this. You're going to cut a flap. Move that a little bit. So you're going to cut a flap like this. Okay, just like that. And you may want to cut it off. Okay, or you may want to just leave it on so that you know how far you're going to go. And so you can actually just put some whole bunch of tape on this, and the tape will do the trick, right? So if you put the end of your straw goes where the groove is that you just cut, and put it like that. Okay, let's try that out, see if it works. I don't have my pieces of tape all set here yet. Okay, so let's hold it in place, and I think I'm going to actually trim that back one a little bit. See, it's sticking out a little bit too far, this back one. So I'm going to give it a little trim, like that. My dog is tired of watching this video, so she wants to leave, but I can't let her leave yet. So if I put a piece of tape just around the bottom there, right, and it doesn't have to be perfect, and you're just holding it together and blocking the air. That's all you're doing. Okay, and I'm going to put one on this side too. Just maybe like this. Just push it in. Like that. That works. All right, now you put your rocket on and you hold it and you blow it and it flies away. Okay, so there is your square paper rocket.